It's Will Ardell and Unwell on Mix 104. Will Ardell and Unwell on a Mix 104, and we got Mr. Will Ardell on the line. How's it going today, Will?
I'm doing good, Mitchell. How are you doing today?
Good. We got some technical difficulties out of the way, and we're on our way.
Oh, yeah. Nothing we couldn't figure out in a quick hurry, right?
That's right. So is it time to play everybody's favorite game? We're in Saskatchewan. Is Will Ardell?
Sure, why not? Well, fifth caller wins a prize, I guess.
That's right. So you've been an awfully busy guy this last summer, which I guess is a good thing in your line of business. And so recently, for those who don't know, you got your kick-started country music. You committed. You're all in. And, well, how's the ride been this summer?
So far, it's been good. We've been trying to do a lot of shows and really get out there and promote the album, which came out in March, which is called All About the Ride. Leaving its double album, obviously, for people that don't know about it. And so far, we've had 2 singles that have been released on air. The first one was Giddy Up here, that was released in February, and Save Me that came out here in April. And so far, Save Me managed to crack the top 100. I think it got to 91 on the charts, and so far for a new artist being out there, it's been really good for me. And now it's just been following up and promoting and doing as many shows and playing as much as I can.
And do you almost wish you were a little bit younger so then those long nights on the road wouldn't feel so rough in the morning?
Actually, I'm feeling younger the more I play, if that makes any sense. You know, just being out there with the fans, and you just start, you really get to enjoy that aspect of it, the live shows and the performances. But yeah, I know if a guy's have to do work during the day when you're rolling in at 5 or 6 in the morning and you got to get up in a couple hours, that does start wearing on you after a while. But still, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
And this trip is taking you everywhere, all the way down to Nashville to shoot the music video for Save Me. And, of course, you've been all over Canada promoting the thing. And what have been some of your favorite stops along the way?
I would say, especially going down to Nashville to shoot that video, that was a real new experience for me. We did the video for Save Me, and like I said, having to learn how to act and really get involved in that process and that performance part of it. So that was really fun. Anytime you get to do shows, for me, that's always been the highlight. It doesn't matter where it is, even if it's a small town bar like we're doing in Outlook here on Friday night coming up. Those are always the highlights for me, is being able to interact with the fans and just play. That's the best part of the whole thing.
And you're one of those guys that ends up leaving knowing everybody in the crowd anyways, and so I'm sure that leads to a lot of great stories. And so like your band now is obviously you've been working hard with the boys, and are you guys thinking about maybe going on like a longer length tour anytime soon, or are you still just going to be working on getting the perfection here at home?
Well, we've been actually talking about maybe doing some stateside stuff too. Like we're planning a lot more for next summer, because this year is kind of the first year we kind of all got together and getting to know the set lists and stuff and practicing, so we're fairly tight as a band. And we're going to do a lot of supporting local communities, because I'm obviously born and raised in Saskatchewan, so we like to support all the local communities that may not get as many bands coming through. That's kind of one of the things I always wanted to do, because everybody in a small town, when there's a show, they love to come out to it. It doesn't matter what it is, right? So it's always good for local communities, and we try to do as much in Saskatchewan as we can, but of course we want to broaden our field and start doing more tours across Canada, and looking at possibly somewhere in next year heading down to the States and doing a States tour for a few months, which I think would be a blast. Yeah,
that would be a good time for sure. And speaking of growing up in Saskatchewan, did you ever think growing up in Rock Point, Saskatchewan, that you would be touring the province and putting on all these shows?
No, actually I never did. It's always kind of a dream, but, until the last few years now, it's become a reality. But it just shows, if you have a passion for something and a dream, and you pursue it to the best of your ability, you never know what can happen. And for me, it's just starting out, but I've met so many great people along the way that have supported me and helped me and given me advice, that it's coming to a head right now, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Well, Will, we're going to fire up one of your tunes here, Little Smiles, and because I figure, well, we might as well at least play some music on this music station.
Yeah.
And do you got any story about the song Little Smiles when you're writing it?
Yeah, Little Smiles is actually one of the first ones ever recorded in my little house when I lived in Lucky Lake there, and it was just on a really small demo recorder. But it's about a relationship, and about someone you're in a relationship with that just basically gives you lip service, and that's kind of what the song is about. So.
Right on. Well, here it is, Will Ardell and Little Smiles on Mix 104.
Castle out of the finest sand, and when it crumbled at your feet, you just laughed again. And when I dug an early grave, tried to find dry land, you just smiled and said, I hope you don't come back again. Smiles every day, little smiles every day. you were already there. When I took a sunshine and found another day, you just said I wish sometimes you would walk away. Little smiles every day. Oh, little smiles every day. Little smiles every day. Oh, little smile makes the pain go away. Little smiles every day. Little smiles every day. Little smiles every day. Little smiles every day.
Will Ardell and Little Smiles on Kindersley's home for the best music, best variety mix 104. And speaking of variety, Mr. Will Ardell, Mr. Variety in music, how's it going?
I'm doing really good. How about you?
Good, good. And I say Mr. Variety because the album All About the Ride and Leavin', the double album, probably the coolest album you can buy out there because you got one disc country and one disc rock. And what made you come up with that?
I think it's just because when I write songs and stuff, I don't generally stick to one format. Like anybody else, I listen to a lot of variety of music anyway. And so when I write songs, sometimes they come out sounding in a genre that I didn't anticipate. So
Yeah,
I just kind of go with what I feel and what I'm writing, and that's just kind of how it came out. And when we decided to do the album like that, we were kind of kicking it around. Should we, just stick with country? Should we just stick with rock? But I just figured, we'll just put both of them out there, and so far the public reception of it has been amazing.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of.
And there's definitely a song or 10 on that album for everybody because it is absolutely awesome. And you're busy with a couple shows coming up here right away. And Outlook tomorrow?
Yeah, Outlook tomorrow night. We start at 9:30 there at the Outlook Bar, and I'm expecting it's just going to be jam-packed because I grew up about 35 minutes south of Outlook, so it's kind of in my home area, and a lot of friends up there, and we're going to have a blast. Start at 9:30, and we'll probably go till the sun comes up. So
right on. Getting her done out there. And what else is on the slate?
Coming up here, the one I'm really excited about, I got one show here July 27th in Liberty, Saskatchewan, there between Davidson and Regina. And then on the 28th of July, I'm in McCrory for the McCrory Music Medley. And then the big show coming up August 5th, which is Hillbilly Boogie. It's actually going to be like a mini Craven. It's the first annual one, and it's going to be 8.5 miles east of Kenniston. And there's about, I think, close to 10 other artists on the bill for that Saturday and Sunday. And I'm going to be opening up for Cody Prevost there that Sunday night.
Right on.
Headlining it.
That'll be a blast.
It'll be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. They're expecting to have pretty big crowds out there. And if anybody wants to go check out the website and possibly buy tickets for that event, they can go to www.hillbillyboogie.ca, and they can buy their tickets from the numbers listed on the website.
Right on. And your CD, it's on iTunes. Is it in any stores yet, or is it just online? Or
We've got it online on iTunes, and we've got it into some local stores like Co-op and different ones in the local area. We're still working on getting distribution deals through some of the major stores, but for right now, basically the best way to get it would be either get in touch with me on my Facebook or social media sites, and or else just download it off iTunes, because it's so far we've had, I can't even think of the number now, but it's been selling really well. And I've been really happy about that, and all the support that I'm getting from everybody in the province and across North America, for that matter.
Right, and you're also donating some proceeds from the album to breast cancer, right?
Yeah, correct. We're donating a percentage of the sales of the merchandise, which is the T-shirts, which will have an outlook, of course, Friday night if anybody is going to be there and wants to buy stuff. And a percentage of that is going to the Canadian Breast Cancer Society. So we're extremely honored to be partnered with them and raising money for a good cause, as well as putting, hopefully, good music out there for everybody.
Right on. Well, I'd like to thank you so much, Will, for joining us today. And, we'll look forward to your shows coming up here. Outlook tomorrow night. If anybody wants to make a trip out to the Outlook bar, I'll be going. So you can saddle up with me if you want to stick around. And, so thank you so much, Will. And we're going to leave off here with one of the songs, which you should definitely check out the music video if you got any way to look at it. It's Will Ardell and Save Me on Mix 104.
Through the years, through the laughter and the tears, I still find myself reaching out for you. It's never mattered where we were, there's nothing our love could not endure. And I still find myself falling more in love with you. I said, baby, your love will always save me. Through all life's phases, I'm holding on to you. I said, baby, your love is always made me. A better man and one who keeps falling more in love with you. There were times in our lives, all the stars were not so bright, but we seemed to find a way to carry on. When the nights got so long and you felt your faith was gone, well, I stood there then like I'm standing here today. Just say, baby, your love will always stay.